Hey, what to do, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Just having a great day. So we're working on the Ford today. We're gonna try and get the hood back on there. We're gonna try and get the timing adjusted. We're gonna try and address some of the other smaller issues. We're gonna start dressing up some of the wiring, try and fix the exhaust leaks that are happening, even though there's not a whole lot of room to work in there anymore. Kind of a bummer, but that's what we got going on today. Yeah, we're gonna try and get this truck out of my shop. Whether or not it actually happens is an entirely different story, but I would really like to have this space back. For sure, we're gonna put the hood on because I've been just a nervous wreck that one of my kids are gonna come over and like jump on that thing. As always, there may be some other stuff that works its way into this video. Like right now, I'm actually heading in town to go grab some hay. And so I'm actually not gonna be working on this right off the bat, but hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's go and jump on into it and let's roll. All right, so the plan more or less is we're gonna go ahead and lift it out from the back end of the truck.
Strong like a tree.
So let's just verify I can do that before I get too far ahead of myself. I think this engine is in great shape. It's got almost zero blow. So we're gonna go ahead and torque these to spec. All right, guys. Well, the Cummins has been running for probably about 10 minutes now, and it's looking pretty good. You guys, this truck better run just awesome right now. If it doesn't, nothing good. Alright guys, well, like I said, something random always pops up, and today's no exception to that. We had a water tank show up, and I've been waiting for a couple minutes to get this thing, and it's finally here, so I think that's good. So I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with this tank yet, but I'm not gonna poke a stick at this. This is a high quality unit, so we're gonna go ahead and bring the 299 over. We're gonna try and figure something out. It's definitely gonna be a weird shape. Be kind of nice if the backhoe is up and working, but it's not. That's a whole nother can of worms for another day. So let me go ahead and start up the 299, and then we'll try and get something figured out. All right, so the plan more or less is we're gonna go ahead and lift it up from the back end of the truck. Now, when this thing got set on here, keep in mind this is a heavy tank. Things got a little bit wild, it got a little bit sideways, and the deck got damaged just a little bit, and so we're gonna try and avoid that. That's why we got the crane so close to the tank, so when we lift it up, so I can go ahead and just pull the trailer out from underneath it.
This trailer is so awesome.
That is a nice trailer. It's tilt deck even. That's nice. You can come out a little bit. I'm gonna pull the trailer to me. So since this is not my trailer and it got messed up a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and donate a 2x12 to the cause, since it's a little bit compromised right here. There you go. All right, well, we ended up getting a little bit of a late start on this thing. Jason and I were poking around a little bit trying to figure out what's going on. We did crack all the injectors. I think we're good as far as the injectors go. So we're gonna go ahead and start to dive into this a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take off this intake hose right here, and then we need to remove some of the intake lines. Hopefully we can get away with just kind of bending this one a smidge so we can go ahead and get the dial indicator in there. But as I'm looking at it, it's gonna be a little bit tricky. So give me just a minute and we'll get this thing taken apart. All right, now I know you're not gonna be able to see any of this, but we do have the gear popped loose. This is pin timed. Now we're gonna go ahead and bring the engine around to top dead center. We'll get that timed. Then from there, I'm gonna do a little bit of research because I am a little bit rusty. I did a bunch of research before I timed this the first time, but apparently I messed up. So we're gonna dive back in and make sure that I do it 100% correct this time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get underneath. I think I can feel the pin that gets the engine top dead center from below. So let's just verify that I can do that before I get too far ahead of myself, because I may need to have Mrs. Get Muddy come back up here and help me out a little bit. All right, so there's a really good chance that today is the day that the Ford goes home. Brad's on his way over. We're gonna be starting to button everything up. And I was actually up here working in the shop pretty late last night. I did successfully retime it. I don't know where I messed up the first time. I just like completely retraced my steps, did everything I did the first time. So it is possible that the injection pump slipped inside the gear and then it got thrown off that way. So the only thing that we really have left to do is dress everything up. I do need to fix the leak. I found out which joint it's at. As you guys can tell, I got a bunch of soot on my fingers. And the reason I didn't show you guys this last night is because I got up here, started recording, and about 10 seconds into me filming, typical James fashion, my battery died. So I put another battery on the charger last night and we should be good to go for the rest of the video. So we are so close to being able to drive this. There's just a couple things that we still have to like nail down. I don't know what's going on with the clutch. It like just goes to the floor. I've been trying to bleed it out, not quite happening, but we're gonna go ahead and start it up. I'm gonna show you guys how it sounds. Every once in a while between startups, I feel like some air is getting in there and it has a little bit of a rough idle right off the bat, but right now it's sounding pretty good. So maybe it's just like a cold-blooded dragon and it doesn't work very good when it's cold, but as you guys can tell, it's running pretty smooth. I think this engine is in great shape. It's got almost zero blow-by and I think Brad's gonna be pretty happy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop the throttle for you guys. You guys will see where the smoke's coming out. Basically, from that corner back there. But enough of that. We got to go ahead and start buttoning everything up. I need to get all the wires zip tied. As soon as Brad gets here, we'll go ahead and put the hood on. I do need to finish mounting the actual cab to the chassis. Right now it's just kind of sitting in place with all the bolts dropped down, but we haven't actually tightened them yet. So let's address the exhaust first. Let's try and get that squared away. All right, guys, well, hindsight's definitely 2020. That's way too hot to handle right now. So we're gonna start working on some other things while the turbo cools down, because I started wrenching on it and pretty much melted my fingers off. So what we have left to do is I have to bolt back down the oil filler tube from when we timed it. Basically, all of that had to come out. Can't really see it right now, but that's how we accessed everything. I'm so glad that it actually runs good. I've been like super nervous about this because when I put it all back together, we put it in the truck, it just like was falling on its face as soon as we'd rev it up. So mega relieved right now. So right now the timing is set at 17 degrees, just a tad bit more than 17. So if we want to change it around later, it's always an option. But I think as far as we're concerned, we're good for now. We'll have to kind of monitor how the exhaust temps do and all that stuff, but I'm starting to ramble. Let me go ahead and put this back together. I probably should have done this when we set the cab on here originally, but it wasn't really going anywhere, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But we're gonna go ahead and finish putting on all of the cab mounts. You guys can see how they're just kind of like finger tight on. They're still banging around a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and torque these to spec. Seems pretty good. All right.
Yep. Damn. How's it feel, Jamie?
I mean, I'm getting to a point where, shit, I went up again. Like I get to the bottom of the pedal, I can feel it's got pressure there.
Okay.
And then you lead it, she drops.
Alright, down. Down. Oh. Up.
I don't think that was a caliper.
You get that on video? What did you say?
It is recording right now.
Man, yeah, you gotta put that in. You might lose some followers. Down.
It's so hard to see the fluid level in this reservoir.
Oh yeah. Up. Down. Let's see if this is the bottom one this weekend.
You know, I thought it was. Let's go. just ripped my drive shaft in half.
Oh shit.
It's like, oh man. Pulled over real
Found a
quick.
weak point.
Took it down, drove home in 4x4. Alright guys, well, the Cummins has been running for probably about 10 minutes now, and it's looking pretty good. You ready to take for a test drive?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Still a little squishy?
Pump straight up. Yeah.
You guys, this truck better run just awesome right now. If it doesn't, I think I'm going to Mexico. Goodness, can't see anything with all dust.
I know.
You want me to hose it off?
Get a visor. Maybe. Yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna give you a little bit.
All right.
You want to come along?
What's that?
You want to come along like
Oh,
you're 18
yeah.
again? Got a booster seat back there for you.
Look at that, I can sit up high there.
Hey, throw it on there. We ain't going far down here.
Alright, so I know you guys aren't going to be able to see much, but we just took our initial drive. We made it to the asphalt, so we're just doing a quick double check before we start doing anything really. So far we're looking pretty good, so I think we're going to hit the road a little bit more. There you go. Alright, so we just did like the real test number 1. Things are still looking pretty good. We do got a little bit of smoke, but that's just from getting hot and making a mess. What? Oh,
I mean, this thing never gets warm.
where did that go?
I don't think it was on there in the truck.
Okay.
I didn't touch the pool.
All right, so I know you guys aren't gonna be able to see much, but we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit more of a drive. You guys might be able to hear how good this thing's running.
Land speed records out here. She's a freight train.
Dude, this thing runs good. All right, well, the official first test drive was a huge success. This thing runs just fantastically.
Hell yeah.
Are those drops new in the middle?
I don't know.
13?
I restarted it, so we're good.
Everything's laying there too.
One minute?
Yeah. Oh, it's blown out for sure. All the way home.
Oh, it was a good tire. right, well, we are about as done as we're gonna be tonight. She's gonna go on her maiden voyage back home.
Sure. Here we go. Thanks again.
Nice meeting you.
You too.
All right.
Huh?
How do you think she's gonna do?
No, make it home. No problem.
Okay.
Leak less.
I hope so.
It definitely spools a lot better, so that's good.
It almost sounds like choppy.
Yeah.
Almost like cami, but
Well,
it's not.
the idle's turned up. Real.
All right, well, I guess it's time to start cleaning out the shop because we got an open bay again. So, not sure what we're gonna put in here, but we'll figure something out. So, it's gonna be it's not that I'm sad that this thing is leaving, but it's definitely a super unique truck, and just sounds fantastic. All right, well, there she goes. It's taking off. Whew. All right, guys. Well, the Ford is on its way. I hear it driving down the dirt road. Kind of sounds like a baby semi truck. And we got ourselves an empty bay now, so I guess it's time to clean up a little bit. Well, actually, I'll probably do that tomorrow, but I got to figure out what we're going to bring in here next. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll figure out something cool, though. Regardless, I'm going to go home. I'm going to clean up, and I think I'm going to enjoy myself some ice cream tonight. And I just want to say thank you guys for following along the build series, or rebuild series, or make it not leak series. I don't know. It was just like a tear down and put back together. But regardless, thanks for following along. And if you guys could do me a huge solid, like, subscribe, share this with amigos, hit that notification button down below so you guys can continue to see whatever else we got going on. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.